Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is October 28th, 2021 at flippin' almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and Mr. Perry will not shut up and go away. I mean, he has pestered me all fucking night, and we're pissed. We're pissed. So, since the McNamara email of 2015, where I'm telling everybody he's trying to arrange a false arrest, which he did in January 2016, every day since then, the guys that are investigating him, that are protecting me from him, get more and more and more and more. And Mr. Perry doesn't have a date. He's bothering the hell out of me. Mr. Perry, you don't have a date. You don't. Nobody's calling you and going, oh, baby, I love you. That's not happening. You're pissing me off. Listen, I don't want to hear from you. I don't. You're pissing me off. Your own guy said the more you contact me, the more you pester me, the more you take my money, things don't go well for you. You're seeing things happen you've not seen before. Listen, you're just pissing us off with this. That's all you've done. 10 years, you've not gotten one date. I've made zero effort to try to talk to you. I hate your guts. The only conversations that I've had are about you how can I get the guy to leave me alone? What combination of words do I need to say to make you fuck off me? I'm going to do the disclaimer, use allegedly. The but-for standard applies here. The reasonable person standard applies here in every constitutional right I have. This is a criminal matter, not a political ad. Mr. Perry, you're pissing us off. Listen, you're pissing us off. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. I don't know how many different ways I can say that to get through. I don't care what you think. You were not asked. You were asked to stop contacting me. Why can you not control yourself? Why can you not stop? I don't like you. There's no romance here. You're pissing us off. Listen, stop contacting me, Mr. Perry. Stop. Stop hacking me. Stop hacking me. I'm going to tell you something. You cloned my phone and you hacked my computer, and my guys got in your shit through mine. I'm not going to explain how they did that, but they did that. So everything you do on your phone and your computer, they sit there and watch it. They're recording it. Everything you do. Because you got in mine. Get the hell out of my life. I don't want you in it. I don't understand why you can't get that. I really don't. Listen, there's been some stuff put out today that is addressing his claims of a political ad. We have documented for a very long time Mr. Perry's attack on my money. And I've told him and y'all and everybody over and over and over and over, there is an intent to charge him criminally with harassment of a witness on a criminal matter that involves sexual exploitation of women and children, torture, torment, and starvation of women and children. I'm a victim of that. Mr. Perry never shuts up, and he never leaves me the hell alone. It's one problem after another crisis. I got to drop everything I'm trying to do and deal with it. Because as Dr. Russell said, he causes problems to get attention. He can't get any other way. My allergies are bad, so I apologize. My voice is all messed up. Listen, I don't like you. 10 years, I don't like you. I've moved. I've sued you. I've tried to get away from you. I'm trying to kick you off me. I've got a legal stick. I've tried to beat you off me. And you buying a judge doesn't change my intent, Mr. Perry. I want no contact from you. I am sick of this. Everybody is just so tired of you. I can't even tell you. If my guys can tell me what you just said, they got the ear to the ground in a lot of places with a lot of people. And you are making everybody want to scream. Stop making us repeat the same thing over and over and over and over. Get your hands out of my wallet. Get them out. Lucky Miller told you that. I know he told you that because he told me he told you that, and it was all over Manford. Stop taking her money. You're inconveniencing people in my town. Stop taking her money so you can get out of a lawsuit. This out-of-court harassment. Do you really think you're fooling people? I mean, who is it you think you're fooling? Everyone knows you want me out of Oklahoma. You're trying to starve me out of Oklahoma because you can't really make your political vendetta lie work in a court of law when I don't live in Texas. So if you can force me back to Texas, you think you can then go into a court of law and it's a little more believable I would have a political vendetta for a state nobody, some little podunk. You might as well be a dog catcher to me. Please keep in mind I did federal politics most of my life. I did federal government reform issues most of my life. I wasn't dealing with state people. I was dealing with federal elected officials. I grew up my granddad had the power in the town I grew up. My family was the power in the town I grew up. I grew up in it. I have no idea what I mean. I think that Mike and Lucky had a conversation with someone somewhere. Again, I'm not told who I'm listening to for their protection and mine, because you always want to know who told. And I can honestly, in a court of law, race under oath, say I have no idea. They don't tell me that. And I rant like a motherfucker, so that way I don't accidentally let something slip when I'm pissed off. They don't tell me. They don't even tell me. These guys that help me, Charles, and everybody, they know me inside, outside, backward, and forward. They know what I'm strong at, and they know what I'm weak at. I rant like a motherfucker when you piss me off. They don't want me to let some slip. So I'm not told even who I'm listening to. I don't know. But I know there was a conversation in Manford, when I was in Manford. I think she has an easy time relating to people in power because she grew up in it. Her family was the power in Roswell where she grew up. So I think when she meets a United States Senator, it's no big deal to her. And this Perry guy has some kind of grandiose idea of himself, and he thinks everybody's supposed to be enamored with him, and she's really not. She couldn't care less. Get a grip on reality. You make my stomach turn. You've been causing my stomach to turn for a decade. You're just a wannabe stalker and nothing more, and you will never be anything more. 10 years, I've rejected you. A decade, I've rejected you. The fantasy in your head isn't real to me. It's not in mine. There's no fantasy about you in my head. You are the most disgusting little troll I've ever met in my life. Get a grip on reality and stop bullshitting yourself and everybody else. You want to starve me out of Oklahoma back to Texas so you can make your lie work, and it's been duly noted for the record in our court. We all get it. You're the only one that doesn't. You are pathetic. You're absolutely the most pathetic excuse of a... I have to be careful because I could call you all kinds of names. And I mean, I'm trying to be professional when I do these podcasts. I cuss it's already bad enough. So I'm going to back off on that right now. And I'm going to say this again to anybody listening, TPD, state, Texas Rangers, whoever. Listen, we have been over this crap that's posted right here. We've been over it and over it and over it, over and over and over again. And we're sick and tired of having to address the same thing. And every time it gets restated for like the 800th time, the political issue is an imaginary thing. There's no such thing. There's not one. There's nothing. I haven't voted since 2012 because I wanted to get away from Mr. Perry. Nobody has the life I had. The life I had was meeting with senators of the United States Senate, not stupid podunk state shit. I didn't do state legislation. I didn't do it. I did federal. I'm not state wasn't my thing. I did federal. I did federal for a reason. I didn't mess with state. The only reason I messed with state in New Mexico, which was in 2012, after my son was taken from me. And that supported our witness statement, didn't it? He takes the kids away. There's no greater injury you can cause to a woman than take her kids away. When we have a family that gets along perfectly or very well, and you come in and all of a sudden everything is a conflict and there's strife and there's fussing and fighting and there's gaslighting, somebody is going to kick your ass. I'm going to tell you what, stay out of people's families' business. You got people now in Lubbock starting to ask questions about where you live. When's the last time you saw Mr. Perry in Lubbock? It's been a long time. 2 people have said it. There's more, but I'm only allowed right now to discuss 2. There's been somebody on the phone all day long for 2 days now. When's the last time you saw Charles Perry in Lubbock? It's been a very long time. When's the last time you saw him in Lubbock with his wife? Even longer. What the fuck are you doing in Oklahoma? So we understand, legally, you live in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma has courts have jurisdiction over you. You have to prove all of this not true in our court. Like, I don't know what kind of bullshit you got going in another court. I really don't. Or even my civil court or Mike's case, your lies. But if I'm telling you what somebody just said because it was recorded, and you're asking me, how did you find out about this, and how did you find out about that, and how do you know about this, and who's leaking, and who's talking? I'm going to tell you something. My guys are cops, and they're kicking your criminal ass harder than anybody you ever met in your life. When you piss me off, you piss them off. Do you really want to keep pissing them off? I mean, are you that stupid? You got a machine after you because you're sexually exploiting children and women. You're torturing, you're tormenting, and you're starving families. You're causing family fights that wouldn't be there otherwise, that weren't there ever before. Everybody, my guys and the shrink have looked at my emails, have looked at my Facebook posts, have looked at everything I've done and gone, wow, you can see such a difference when he came into her life. All of a sudden, all her friendly conversations with her friends that she's known always and her family, all that stopped. He's isolating her. He's isolating her. That's part of the control of domestic violence, dumbass. You're proving us out over and over and over, and whatever bullshit, you pay judge somebody whatever amount of money to do what you want, it's not going to happen in our court. We're getting orders granted like crazy because you're pissing us off. And not only that, but that judge is sick and tired of hearing the same thing over and over. One time is all it should be said. And all the stuff here, Mr. Perry, has been said many times before, addressing your stupid lie that you have no evidence to support. Your stupid, fucked up, I'm a victim lie. It's not working in our court. It's not ever going to work in our court. Our judge is going to make you explain where you've been and how you've been spending your time. Doesn't matter what another judge does, because our judge is criminal. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. How are we getting all this? Who's getting it? How are they getting it from you to me? And if they got an ear to the ground in your camp, don't you think they got an ear to the ground in a lot of places? And now people are going, how come he hasn't been in Lubbock? Has he been? Have you seen? When's the last time you saw him in Lubbock? It's been a long time. To people that know you pretty fucking well, or they thought they did. When's the last time you saw him with his wife, Jackie? When are you seeing them together? Actually, it's even been longer than I've seen him with his wife. I thought he knew Mr. Perry. Please stay out of my phone. Mr. Perry, listen to the words I'm saying. I'm tired of repeating myself. Get the fuck out of my phone. You just altered my evidence. Get the fuck out of my phone. You sicko. Hacking is a crime. Voyeurism a crime. Stalking is a crime. And nobody's done more to stop that crime than we have. in your entire life. Get the fuck out of my phone and get out of my wallet, or don't complain when you get arrested. Don't complain when you're quoted verbatim. Don't ask me who told, and don't complain when you get arrested. You just asked for it. You just altered my evidence. Get the fuck out of my phone. I don't like you. I don't want to romance with you. I've not made any effort to talk to you. I'm never going to call you. This thing where you go around telling everybody if she wants to eat, she's going to call me. Fuck you. You're caught. We're quoting you because you do that. Get a grip on reality. You're provoking. Get out of my life. I don't know how many different ways I need to say that. You're pissing us off. You're pissing us off. We're sick and tired of hearing your same conversations. Like nobody knows yet. And it's already been said over and over and over and over and over. Do you have Alzheimer's? It seems like you do. It seems like these 6 doctors, elder care doctors, are right, and our shrink too. She's the one that went to them and said, I'm telling you, it is driving everybody insane. The amount of times we're all having to say the same thing. Like, they act like they've not been caught on this before, and they have. And they're talking about it again and again and again and again. And we're pulling our hair out going, we already know. She's already said it. You've got the I told you so factor, dumbass. You've got that now to deal with. You have a hard time understanding how things work. In a courtroom, I guess. Our prosecutor's baffled at your attorney's stupidity. Baffled. How much is he paying that guy to tell him? Nothing. I'm going to tell him what he's doing is criminal activity, and I'm going to lock him up. I don't care what anybody else does or doesn't do. I'm doing it. This is ridiculous. Can't let people do shit like this. Kill cops, kill judges, harass our witness, take all our money. Get her family against her. I don't know if my family's against me or not. I haven't talked to them. You know why? Because I get sick and tired of you asking if my family was telling. Is your family a leak? Let's just make sure you don't wonder about that. I'm going to just leave them alone for a little while. We haven't had cross words. We haven't had a fight. We haven't had nothing. Ask to see text. There's not going to be an unfriendly text between my cousin and I, or my son and I. There are some between my ex-husband and I. That's it. We haven't had a fight. My aunt, nothing. I haven't contacted him. I stayed away first because of COVID, but I've been vaccinated. I can go out there anytime I want. But I got sick and tired of you asking me, is it your family leaking? Is it your family leaking? Is it your family leaking? I don't know. I'm not told that. Is it your family leaking? I'm not told who the leaks are. Is it your family leaking? It's every fucking day I get the same question, and I respond the same way. Write it down. I don't know. Write it down. I'm not told that. This has been said before. Repeatedly. One time is all I say it. If you can't keep up with me, motherfucker, there's no way you're getting a date with me. I don't do stupid. I hate stupid. It really gets on my nerves. That's not my thing. I've worked in a strip club for 6 years with young girls who half of them haven't finished high school. Some of them are on something. They could barely walk. Guess what? How many times I got to say something? Once. One time. I can't think of one chick I've ever had to repeat myself with, ever. You can't even keep up with somebody that's half your age. Probably a pinch of the education you say you have. I think Jackie, your wife, did all your, listen, I'm not your wife. Stop coming up here and saying shit like that. Delusional. That's really pissing me off. Jackie is your wife. I'm not. You're a stalker. We're not married. You forged a document, I understand, which I've not even seen yet. I want a divorce and half of what you own. And I've said this, and I'm not saying it again. If you can't keep up, that's your problem. When you're in jail and they explain it all to you there, then I'm sure maybe then it'll hit you. We're not anything. You're a stalker. You're a criminal. I'm the victim. That's it. There is nothing else there. Anybody can watch TV and fantasize about whoever they see on TV. You got cameras in my house, and you're sitting there watching me on your computer against my will, without my consent. I'm telling you, my guys know exactly what you're doing on that computer of yours and your phone. You're in mine. You're in mine. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have an order to do it. They got orders. Everything they do is legal. They're going in front of a judge almost daily now because you've escalated things so badly, they don't really have a choice. And all the stuff that we've been over, it's not like this is not the first time we've said it. It's been said over and over and over. It's the same old, repeat, and your boy, Jesus, help us. Get somebody to help you write this shit down. I don't like you. There's nothing there. I moved twice to get away from you. I don't have a political vendetta against a nobody in a state where I don't live. There's no reason to. There's not one fucking reason to. Your district is 86% Republican. Anybody who takes your place is going to be just like you. I've never mentioned an issue. I've not voted. I'm meeting with federally elected senators and congressmen and judges and governors, and I walked away from that to go to a strip club. Who the fuck does that? Unless they have to. Who the fuck would do something like that? Unless they have to. Why would, what planet are you on? What planet are you on? The little stunt you pulled today with my banking account, the judge was livid. Livid that you did that at my tires. This is not the judge you want to piss off. And this one's not going to take your money. He's not taking your money. You don't know who he is? This is a need to know, and it is deep cover. You don't know, do you? I bet you've made 1,000 gazillion phone calls trying to figure that out, huh? And nobody's telling you a thing, right? Nobody's going to tell you a fucking thing. You're too dangerous. You're too dangerous. Wave a few dollar bills, make a few threats, and you get your way. Not this time. Not this time, Mr. Perry. I don't want you. I want you to leave me alone and never contact me again. And I've said that over and over and over and over. Now, my court testimony is on a docket in Creek County, filed in May 2015. It's on a docket in federal court, Northern District of Tulsa. Northern District of Oklahoma in Tulsa. Filed on the docket. That's my court testimony, you sicko. What that testimony says, I don't want any contact from Charles Perry, ever. Of any kind. I don't want any. It's also filed on a docket in Lubbock. My court testimony. My sworn testimony is, I don't want any contact with you. I'm sick of you. This, and all these cases here, is my sworn, under oath court testimony, all of which says I want nothing to do with the Charles Perry. I want no contact with him. He's stalking me. I don't like it. I'm pissed about it. So, he's causing financial loss, substantial, catastrophic financial loss, loss of my privacy, loss of my freedom, loss of a lot of things, and I'm pissed about it. I lost my home because of you. More than once. I don't like you. I don't like you. You've spent 10 years turning my stomach. Anything that you try to do is take my money or anything else, Mr. Perry, intending to coerce me into doing anything I don't want to do. I don't want to go to Texas. I don't like Texas. I don't want anything to do with Texas. So if I end up back there, it's because you forced me against my will. I didn't have a choice. I hate your guts. I don't want to be with you. I think you're a sicko. I think you're a sick, twisted sex pervert. I think you're a sex weirdo. I think you need help. I think you need to be in the funny farm. Or prison. And when you're in prison, I don't have to deal with this anymore. It's over. My guys tell me unless you blow your money in Vegas, you'll never be broke again. You'll have your privacy back. You'll have your family back. And you don't have to be bothered by this bitch anymore. And that's what Fabian said, by the way. I think you deserve better than to have to spend the rest of your life harassed by this guy. There's a lot he didn't know when he said that, but just the fact that he said that won my heart. I couldn't, I love that he said that. I agree with him wholeheartedly. I'm pissed off that you butt into that. Wasn't your business. Wasn't your place. You crossed the boundaries and you crossed the line with me when you did that. And that actually led to, look, I got that in jail, Charles. Not just some random time in my life. When you had me false arrested, my guys got me that. You're the butt in here. Your name's not on this puzzle. Because my guys get what I say the first time I say it. I only have to say it one time. Half the time they finish the sentence for me. I don't even have to finish my sentence. I like people that get it quick. I think one time sometimes I have ADD, so I'll start saying something, and then I get distracted and go off into another story. But when I was in Stillwater, I walk into a convenience store, and there was a couple of Payne County deputies sitting there eating. And I tell one of them, I'm looking for information on Pinto. Who the fuck is this guy? Because the guy's in a biker gang of some sort, and he said Mongols, but I'm not sure exactly if that's it or not. Because I didn't look at as he was leaving, I should have looked at his jacket, and I didn't. Anyway, because they usually wear a jacket. So, like some sort of Mongol jacket. But anyways, there's a lot of Mongols in Stillwater. Some are really nice, and some are not. So, that's kind of with anything, right? Anything, anywhere. Some are nice, some are not. Anyway, so this, I tell the guy what happened, and he said, I had barely finished my sentence, and he goes, oh, like witness tampering. Yes, that is a good cop right there. That is the kind of people I like to be with. Those are the kind of people I like to hang out with. They get it. Boom. Just like that. I don't have to get the puppets and the crayons out. I don't have to say it over and over and over and over. I like smart people. I can't stand stupid. Can't stand it. I absolutely can't stand it. I can't. And everybody knows that. I mean, you've sent stupid guys in to bother me at my work. And they'll tell you, if you act like you don't get it, she will just turn around and walk off and not dignify you with even a reason why she's just walking off like that. And that's exactly what I do. You're pissing the judge off with this. Repeat over and over. You act like it's not been said. Mr. Perry, it's not been said just once. It's been said over and over. It's the same fucking thing all the time, every day with you. And we're all very frustrated that you're so slow that it's having to be said so many times. This right here was sent to Mr. Sullivan when you started butting in between me and Fabian, and it pissed me off. You're a married man. I don't want anything to do with you. Your imaginary marriage to me is all in your head, and it's not real. I've not been with you in 7 years. I've not seen you. 8. I haven't seen you since January 2012 or 13. That's the last time I saw you, and I never want to see you again. When you're locked up and you're in handcuffs, I'll come see you then, and I'll tell you, now how cute do you think you are? Now, how power do you think you are? Was it worth it for you to do all that shit to me? So now you're sitting right here. Now? Was it worth it? This is your payday. Everybody's got a payday. You play, you pay. One way or the other. Nothing's free. Was it worth it? I'm going to come ask you that. Otherwise, I don't want to see you. There's not a romance here, dumbass. You just look stupid, Charles. You just look fucking stupid. And everybody's embarrassed for you. And you're not smart enough to be embarrassed by the weirdo things you do. You're weirdo. We have an ear to the ground in a lot of places. If I'm quoting what you just said, I'm going to tell you right now. We have an ear to the ground in a lot of places. You're pissing people off. You're making everybody disturbed and uncomfortable. And that's why you're getting caught. You're getting caught so much. You're making everybody uncomfortable, Mr. Perry. There's no political vendetta. This right here, does that sound like I was mad about abortion? Nope. Does it sound like I was mad about gun rights? Nope. I don't own a gun. Never have. Never will, probably. But I don't care if other people do. I really don't. It's just their thing. That's their business. I'm not against gun rights. I don't want one. That's my choice. It's a free country. If I don't want to have a gun, I don't have a gun. I've never had one. Probably never will. If I have to have one for a job, we'll cross that bridge when it comes, if it comes. But right now, I've never in my entire life owned a gun, asked about owning a gun, sought to own a gun, never applied to own a gun, don't want to own a gun. So, but if other people want to, that's fine. I'm not against the Second Amendment, whatever, you know. So, I don't have a beef with you politically. I don't have one. You've got an imaginary romance and an imaginary political vendetta, and they conflict. Which one is it? Is it political or is it personal? Speak out now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to deal with it in our court. These guys that keep giving me the stuff you just said and this puzzle, you know, that means something to me because these people understood what I want and I only had to say it one time. Could get that to me in jail. Just the same as they got me the McNamara email before you put me in jail, about you putting me in jail. We got an ear to the ground in a lot of places, Mr. Perry. You're pissing everybody off with this. You're making everybody want to choke you. Try reading the book or taking the course, How to Be Nice to People So They Don't Want to Hit You in the Face with a Brick. And that involves don't peep, don't hack, don't take people's money, don't cause a loss for somebody. When you cause loss for somebody, they're going to want to hurt you. And I don't mean physically. Some people might want to hurt you physically, but there's a lot of ways to hurt somebody. Legally, sue, push you in jail, give us information to help put you in jail so you can't hurt people anymore. You are pissing people off. You're making people feel disturbed and uncomfortable and creeped out more by the day. Now, you got people starting to ask questions about your whereabouts and where you live and where you're spending your time, and this bullshit right here. There's no political vendetta. You're a little somebody, nothing. I mean, really, it makes us laugh that you think you matter that much politically. I mean, we're just like, wow. To talk about grandiose thinking. Wow, Mr. Perry. Long before I met you, I had a whole life. And it was a good one, and you fucked it all up. And we're pissed about that, too. Oh, we'll get it back, I'm told. We're fixing to arrest him. He's going to jail. All of them are. And they won't hurt you again, and you won't be broke ever again unless you just blow through your money. You won't ever be broke again. So, looking for my life before I met you, Charles, the people I knew, the people I interacted with, hey, way more important than you'll ever be. I mean, you're just fucking making a fool of yourself with this I'm important thing. I mean, I don't have any words. Look at that. That's Harry Reid. Senator Harry Reid. Senator John Ensign. Governor Perry. Look, Congressman Nagbauer. Congressman Nagbauer voted against the state law that we were working on in New Mexico. There was a federal law just like it. He voted against it twice. Do I accuse him of stalking? Absolutely not. He's not a stalker. He's a normal dude. Not like you. You're a stalker. So, I mean, you know, you with your I'm important thing. I mean, come on with that. I had this kind of life, and I walked away from it to go be a stripper. Why would anybody do that unless they had to? I mean, come on with this. Listen, I want you to stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. Stop contacting me. The more you contact me, the more loss you cause, the more hardship you cause, the more you creep me out, the more you bother my family, cause a conflict in my family when there's not one. There wasn't one before you came around and started making one. the more you piss us off. And the more we have to repeat ourselves, the more you piss the judge off. They go in and say, Judge, we need a wiretap order on this person or that, and here's why, and here's what. And the judge is like, I'm sick of hearing the same conversations again and again and again. I really am. I don't understand what's wrong with these people. They act like she's not said it before. She said it more than once. That's what he asked our guys. Has she not told him? She already knows. So now you got somebody else, because we got another recording, Mr. Perry, out of all that, where you got somebody going, she's got this, and they can't overcome the harassment email and the McNamara email, information that came out of recordings. Yeah, because you're being investigated. She can't overcome the, she knew Mike was drugged, way before it came out on this actually was all over jail. So I'm going to promise you something. Everybody likes being associated with a senator. They went home and told everybody they know. So it's probably all over Lubbock times 20 by now, because that was 5-6 years ago. You got somebody who's in jail for shoplifting, or I did a little dopey dope or whatever. I was drunk driving, whatever it is they're there for. And they were part of this. And they get out. Hey, I knew that chick that was, the senator, blah, blah, blah. I promise you they're going to brag about it. Because they think it's cool. I don't. They do. They don't have the kind of life I had. They don't have the kind of life I had that you fucked up. At least temporarily. So, it's all over Lubbock, I can assure you. If it was all over the jail, it's all over the town. Because everybody that senator, I know him, blah, I heard about this, I know about that. You're supposed to leave me alone. You said you would. This contradict, I don't know who said it, but that was the best way I've ever heard it said. You go into court, you claim to be the victim of a political vendetta. You don't have any shred of evidence to support that. You knew she had to file a police report in Oklahoma. It's the law. You obstructed justice. And then you contradicted yourself when you did the bond conditions, promising to leave her alone. You first had to admit you weren't, then in order to agree to stop. Who said that? Whoever said that worded it very well. It's on the blog. I don't even remember exactly the way it was worded, but it was very brilliantly explained. I haven't heard it explained better, actually. You contradicted yourself with these bond conditions because you said that there was a political vendetta. And you knew that wasn't true. You knew that wasn't true. You lied under oath. You do that all the time. I don't think you know I think you really don't know reality. I think you really have no clue what's real, what's fact, and what's fiction. I think you've lied so much you can't tell the difference anymore. But guess what? Everyone else can. And you look ridiculous. And you're an embarrassment to a whole lot of people. Because if I can tell you what you just said, you don't think we've got an ear to the ground in a lot of places? He's disturbing to me. He's creepy. He makes my skin crawl. I'm scared of him. I'll tell him what he wants to hear so he'll shut up and leave me alone. Over and out. We hear a lot of things, Mr. Perry. How embarrassing for this guy. Golly. What a weirdo. So, stop bothering me. Stop lying. Stop making us repeat ourselves. The judge is getting very, very irritated. She already said this. She already addressed this, did she not? Yes, Your Honor, she did. More than once. Why are we hearing the same stuff come up over and over? We don't know. We don't know. For a while there, they kept saying, we'll wait till the dust settles and try again. We got caught. So then they talk about it again. So we didn't have one recording. We had two. And then it was 3 and 4 and 5. But that also she's addressed. So we're not sure now why these same conversations continue. After she's already let them know. We know. We all know. Everyone knows. We're not sure. We don't get it. I don't know. But I think we're dealing with people that aren't all there. I mean, all this, I mean, dude, it's been said over and over. You're caught. I don't know what else to tell you. You're bothering me. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. This, right here. She's got the I told you so factor. She's got the McNamara email. She's got the harassment email. She's got the Mike was drugged email. She's got the Fabian puzzle. She's got the destroyed evidence. She's got, all the texts and emails from these guys. And the ones before her false arrest, telling everybody he's planning a false arrest. And the I told you so factor. And we don't have any of that. So we've got somebody who's probably impugned every witness we've got. Because he goes around telling everybody, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to do to you what I do to her. I take her money, I'll take your money. I cause her to lose a job, I'll cause you to lose yours. I can do a false arrest, I'll do one to you. I fuck up her car, I'll fuck up yours. Or you do what I say. So we don't know who's even telling the truth or not at this point. There goes everybody. It's been said. Now, I'm not going to repeat myself again. You're caught. It's duly noted for the record. I've told you, don't contact me. I don't like it. I don't want anything to do with you. I've moved twice to get away from you. You have no political vendetta. You don't matter. It is hysterical you think you do. And you want to starve me to death to force me back to Texas so you can then say, 7 years later, it's a political vendetta. Prove it, Mr. Perry. Prove it. When you first said it, it wasn't 10 years after, it was in 2015. So in 2015, when I lived here, what proof did you have before you made that claim in a court of law under oath? Because I had all this that it says a whole different story. There's nothing here about abortion. There's nothing here about gun rights or gay rights. There's nothing here about shit. You imagined it. Now, I live in another state where your politics don't matter at all. You're not federal. If you're not federal, I really don't care. There's not one reason for me to care. I live in Oklahoma, so I'm going to care about Oklahoma more, and you don't legislate in Oklahoma. I think you're confused as to the duties of a legislator. It doesn't mean it doesn't involve stalking, hacking, voyeurism, starving women and children to death. Hoping to coerce a lie, or you're a sadist and you get some sort of sex thrill out of that. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm telling you, get the hell off me. You're caught. You're caught. You're imagining something in your head. It isn't in mine. And you got people getting very, very frustrated with you. I'm very frustrated with you. Shut up. Get off me. Don't contact me. Get off me. I don't want you. I don't want you, Mr. Perry, in my life. I don't want any contact with you. In this country, it's illegal to continue to force yourself on a woman who doesn't want you. And I don't want you. It is a crime. Mr. Perry, shut up. He tries to type shit in my phone, my computer. Shut up. I don't want you. The more you contact me against my will, the more recordings of you we get. The more you take my money, the more recordings of you we get. It gets easier because you're pissing everybody off that bad. This judge is getting mad at us having to repeat the same thing again and again and again and again. You've been caught. When I say it, you're caught. One time is enough. Keep up. I'm not going to slow down for you. Now, you're going to have to explain it to another judge. Charles, shut up. Don't contact me again. When you contact me, I hate it. It disgusts me. I'm not glad to hear from you at all. You do not make my heart sing. You turn my stomach. And you make all my skin crawl. You are the creepiest motherfucker, bitch, I've ever met in my life. And I can't stand you. There's no romance here. There's nothing there. You're raping me. You're making me feel raped. It's not a trophy. You should be embarrassed. Everyone else is embarrassed for you. If I'm hearing what you just said, we've got ears to the ground in a lot of places. You're making people mad. You're creeping people out. You're making people feel disturbed by what you are and by what you're doing to me. You've impugned witness testimony because of what you're doing to me. Do you understand that? When you go at somebody, a witness, and you cause major catastrophic loss for a witness to your crime or a victim of your crime, you send a message to other people that they should fear telling the truth. I don't want to have to go without electricity for a week because I get on the stand and tell the truth. I don't want to be starved for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or barely make it or end up in jail and false arrest like Mike and Cindy and almost dead because I don't want to go into courtroom and lie. I don't want to have to go through what they are going through. And she's got the I told you so factor because over and over and over and over and over, she finds out beforehand what they're trying to do because they got cops investigating them that they can't get to. And you're pissing them off. Every time you contact me, every day that you peep, every day that you hack, they're in your computer because you're in mine. They're in your phone because you're in mine. They watch everything you do. So you might be able to bullshit a lot of people. You're not going to be able to bullshit them. I will love to sit there and watch you try. I think that'll be a funniest thing. I think it'll be the funniest thing on the planet. To sit there and watch you try to lie to them. They're not going to be stupid. They're not going to be ignorant of the facts. And I'm sorry that you've been able to bully like you have. You know, this isn't your first rodeo. You've done all this stuff to other women before for many, many years. It's just this is the first time you've been getting caught. Right? Nobody's done what we've done. Didn't you say that? Did you not say that, Mr. Perry? We're seeing things we've not seen before. Things are not going well for us. The more Charles pesters Cindy and takes her money. They don't go well for us. We keep getting caught. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. Charles, shut up. Boy, Mr. Warman, your client cannot shut up. That's why you guys have a problem right now. How does she find out? Because your client doesn't shut up. You see that right there? That's the first time. And it's been every day since. So don't ask me again who told, or how did I find out, or who's my leaks. I'm going to say this to you one more time. I don't know, nor do I care. What I care about is you're in jail, and I don't have to be bothered with you anymore. There won't be any more of this at all, ever. I won't be broke again. I will never be broke again. I won't have to, go to the store and try to buy something and my card doesn't work. I won't have to go outside and all four of my tires are flattened. Or my car's wrecked. I won't have to get up and be watched in the privacy of my home by people I don't even know or like. And then asked about what I just did in the bathroom when I go to work by some dude coming up to me. Oh, what you just did in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, I don't know you. How do you know that? Because you're selling me on the dark web, all over the net, all over the world. You don't know who saw it. You don't know who they reported it to. You don't know how many times it's been reported or what all has been reported, do you? How do you know our guys aren't checking that every day to see when is he going to take her off of that thing? Because he's going to have to pay for that. We're asking for restitution. We need a dollar figure. Get the fuck out of my life. Get the fuck out of it. And don't contact me again. When you do, I hate it. It makes me want to spit nails. It makes me, it pisses me off. You have no idea. I hate your guts. I don't want anything to do with you. You're making a fool of yourself. Don't tell people we're anything. We're not. You're the criminal. I'm the victim, and that's it. I want somebody else. It'll never be you. You're beneath me by far. I am way the hell out of your league. You cannot be normal for 5 minutes. You are the cruelest, sickest son of a bitch I've ever met. And I can't wait till they arrest you and I never have to deal with you again. I can't wait. I count the days. Believe me. I've done everything I can do to make sure what you've done to me is on the court record forever. For anyone in law enforcement, from anywhere to see, now and forever. It won't go away. It will never go away. Anybody can look at it. Do you know how many prosecutors have looked at that and gone, how much did he pay those judges? Especially Cummins. This guy didn't give any reason at all for any denial. Nothing. There's not a reason here. There's not a well-thought shit. I've never seen a judge do that before. There's no case law. There's nothing. Didn't let her in the courtroom. Didn't hear a word she had to say. He just denied it, and there's no reason given. And how much did he pay? How much did he pay that guy? He clearly paid him. You're not fooling anybody. It's funny that you think you are. I think that speaks to your, you're stupid. You are stupid. Now, don't bother me again. When you get told on, it's because you do. I've got my testimony all over the court dockets. I don't like you. I don't want a romance with you. You're delusional. It's enough. Stop. Also, we're not repeating the same thing again. We're not going to do it. All the stuff that's out tonight, it's been put out before, over and over and over and over. If I'm quoting you verbatim, we know what you're trying to do. We know your intent is malicious, and you're trying to commit a crime against me. You're caught. Stop making us say it over and over. You're irritating the fuck out of the judge. Stop.